hundreds more homes in the greater Houston area are threatened as floodwaters rise from more rain and from controlled releases from reservoirs that are part of the flood control system. The Harris County Flood District estimates more than 20% of the county is underwater from flooding. That would be more than 350 square miles. Spring, north of Houston on I-45, is one of the areas where the water continues to rise. And Fox 4's Shannon Murray is there with continued massive rescue efforts.
Right, Clarice, so Spring is just north of Houston. We're right here off the Hardy Toll Road, not far from George Bush Intercontinental Airport, where you see this neighborhood behind us has been completely just overtaken by water. And today we saw dozens of volunteers here going in with their boats to try and rescue people. We actually met a group of volunteers from Whitney, Texas. And once they made sure everyone who lives here got out safely, they took us on a boat ride for a closer look at this neighborhood.
There's so much that needs to be done and needs to be helped that it's a little bit of a mess. We know of areas where people have needed help and law enforcement wouldn't let us get down roads to get boats in the water. I understand they got to keep people safe, and I understand that.
How did you all come up with the decision to come here? What led to that?
Essentially just the news. Just watching what all was going on in the news and how inundated everybody was. There wasn't, there just wasn't enough help. On the other side of this stop sign that's coming up in front of the boat, yeah, there is a car under the water. The trunk, we can barely see the trunk on the go.
Oh wow, so you have to be really careful when you're driving your boat through here.
Oh, there's all sorts of stuff under the water.
That's a car fully submerged?
Yeah. There's an indication that someone was in that house with that white flag hanging out the window right there. That's something that we would watch for, is that right there. That white t-shirt would indicate, hey, we're in here.
As you just heard there, that white t-shirt, that's what people were using to really let rescuers know, we're here, we need help. Back out here live, you see these boats right here behind us. You see the people there, rescue workers, who at this point are just surveying the neighborhood, going through, making sure every last person who needs to get out has been able to do so. Volunteers here tell us there are a handful of people in this neighborhood who did not want to leave, and they are choosing to stay in their homes. As for volunteering, Jason, the man you just heard from in that video, he says you need to check with a command center first. If you're planning on bringing a boat here, that's something you'll want to do to make sure you know exactly where you're needed. If you know volunteers who are here already working in the Houston area, contact them, because it's difficult to get into town. It's difficult to get to these areas with so many roads already closed. Clarice?
Shannon, I got to tell you, it is a remarkable sight to see that volunteer response just automatically coming to the rescue in Southeast Texas, and you've come across several other volunteers in your journey.
Oh, it's just amazing. It's something that when we see this devastation, it's something you always see is those wonderful stories of people trying to help others. And even just driving in today, every car we passed had a truck bed full of food and water, or they were towing a boat, they're towing jet skis. You know, it's just people coming from across the state who want to help. Today we ran into volunteers from Ellis County. We saw volunteers from Fort Worth, and of course from Whitney, as you just saw in that video. So many people across the state looking to help. They see it on the news, they see it on social media, and they want to do something to help their fellow Texans. Clarice?
It is life affirming and so supportive just to see Texans jumping in to help and make a difference.